This weekend that counts 1.5 times the points is quite an important one. I've been to the desert race a few times and never managed to win it. So hopefully this year is the year. It's a long race where you have to be on it and be consistent for a really long time. The car has to last, you have to look after the car, which is a bit different. Honestly, the pace is getting so hot at the front that it becomes a sprint. By the second loop, it's flat out, it's rally style. You're hitting your brake markers exactly where you should and making sure that you are putting the power down at the right time and coming through the corner and carrying as much speed as you can. In sand and the desert, it's harder on the cars, it's harder on your body, it's higher speed. There's one section that's about 20 kilometers where you're in 5th and 6th gear, pitching the car sideways from one corner to the next.
The last time we were here was 5 years ago, and we managed to win the race, although it was by 6 seconds, but it was 6 seconds in our favor. It was actually amazing, after 1,000 Ks to win the race by 6 seconds, it's quite amazing.
Junior is probably one of the best teammates you'll ever get. From a personal point of view, he's an easy guy to get along with. It's a very relaxed feeling in the pits. I think he's also a bit older, so he's more mature. He knows what he's accomplished, and he's accomplished a lot in his career. He has a calmness about him that makes for a really nice environment to work in. He has a lot of experience in developing the car and testing and getting the car faster. I've learned a lot from him. He's not afraid to show what he's learned and to carry over the knowledge.
In South African rally raid racing, there are a number of drivers who have the ability and the vehicles to go and take the wins at any time of asking. The Ford boys are in great form and can take a win at any single event. But the same can be said of Henk and Janelle. In Botswana, though, all bets are off because anything can happen over those elusive 1,000 kilometers in the desert. At most of our races, we start things off with a Pirelli qualifying race. The idea of this is to give everyone a level playing field and a chance to go out and see if they can prove themselves on day one of any of the events as the fastest driver out there. This puts them in to a good starting position, and the idea is to make your way into the top 10. Once you're in the top 10, you can then draw to see if you can position yourself in the sweet spot. Do you want to open the road, or do you want a couple of the cars up the road from you with some tracks to follow?
Can't really say where we're going to draw until the other guys start drawing. I think you want to be in a quick-ish pack if you can.
Mixed emotions, I'd say. I think it's probably a safer place to be. Didn't quite want to be second. I was hoping for sort of 4th, 5th area, but it's a lot better than opening the road.
For the guys going out of the queue today, Henk Ladekan and Brett Cummings in a very strong run of form right now. But if you look down the queue for the guys that are placed inside of the top 10, any one of those guys can pull the big number today and go out of the gate and get the cheese to get the big hole shot. We are coming into a 1-minute countdown for the boys to go out of the queue. Good thing is the dust is still gone. A little bit of a breeze kicking up there for the 201. That's going to be good news for them as they get themselves ready to go out there into full attack mode.
The draw for start position is definitely key, but it's only a key element for loop 1 of the event. After that, everyone knows where they're going, so you're going to have to be very fast if you want to run and hide on loop number 1, and vice versa. You're going to have to push very hard if you're behind and in the dust on loop 1 as well.
Gareth, by the look of your car, challenging morning.
Very, to be honest, actually not that pleasurable, but yeah, it is what it is. The first lap was long, a lot of bush. We've got meshes on the car, and the car's still full of leaves and sticks and whatnot, so no major problems, just a lot of body damage and things like that from opening, but yeah, that's to be expected. So we'll take all the leaves and things out now, and the car should be back at full health.
Some places there is, if I say there's no road, there's no road. If you look through the bush here, That's what the road is. It's literally, there's stickers every 200 meters on a random bush in the middle of nowhere, and you're sticker hunting for most of the way. So it's really, really tough being first or second on the road.
Lance starting fifth on the road, the sweet spot, but still plenty of bush to deal with.
Yeah, I didn't know the car looked like that, to be honest. Yeah, there's body panels everywhere. It's insanely tight.
With Loop 1 done and dusted, the crews will come into DSP before they go out onto Loop number 2. Loop number 2 is exactly the same as Loop number 1, but it will have a major difference. That being especially for crew number 1, or the crew that went out first wheel. They'll know exactly where they're going and could possibly be able to pull back some time lost on Loop number 1. But rally raid racing is never a simple affair. You'll often see the team principals head out to specific points on the course to make sure they can keep an eye from the outside on what's going on in the race, as well as trying to listen to what's going on with the cars.
Gareth, first car home, but how was loop number 2? A little bit better?
It was a lot better. We were 14 minutes quicker, but I'm exhausted now. It was really tough going.
Not a day I really wanted after Henk and Brett having a good lead, 3.5 minutes for nearly all day long. Then it went wrong. We lost a drive shaft boot, and that caused the team to have to stop because actually the drive shaft broke the CV joint and it went through the tyre. So they had lots of drama, but they got it done pretty quickly, finished in rear wheel drive and lost 10 minutes on that loop. So the net loss for the day was 6 minutes 48 or something.
One of the biggest challenges of the desert race is the sheer distance and length of the event. It starts on Thursday with an informal shakedown to make sure the cars are in good shape before we go forward into Friday, which really kicks off the event with the qualifier. Next up, we move to Saturday with 2 huge racing loops. At the end of Saturday, the cars, crews, organizers and media that follow the event are looking a little bit war-torn. By Saturday evening, everyone and everything is starting to struggle to hold it all together. But here's the kicker. It's at this point where the teams have to be at their absolute sharpest. They're only halfway through this epic event. The cars have to be perfect to go racing once again on Sunday. This means extremely long hours for the teams on the Magic Spanners, team principals biting their fingernails, and the race crews trying to get their head down for an early night.
We're in a good position. We've won the prologue and won the first day, but it's no use winning all the battles and not the war. So today's the war. We need to get through today unscathed. The cars are in good shape. They didn't look like they're in good shape, as I said yesterday, but mechanically they're pretty sound. So all things being equal, we should have a fair day. In saying that, the Toyotas are not that far behind, and we know that they can be really quick. So all to play for today.
The team have been right through the car. We've, shall we say, given them the best opportunity that we can do for today. Engines on the limit of knock, as we call it, so the most power we can give it, and all the non-essential stuff's out of the car. So we've done our bit. Now it's down to the crew.
This is the one everyone wants to win on our calendar, and yeah, we've been trying for a long time. We're finally in the top class. I've never come into the last day in the lead, so yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure, but if I look at our pace yesterday and we opened most of the day, I'm sure we can hold it together. We just got to keep a cool head and not hit anything, do any damage.
The team has given us everything, or all the tools we need to be able to do it. It is a big gap and we have to overtake both cars on the road and pull a gap. So it's a tough ask. We all try and do our best and keep it clean, keep it on the road, and it's the only thing we can do. We can do our best. We can go as fast as we want or as we can.